Well, we're excited about getting a win. Anytime you work hard and win a football game, you're pleased. Um, Obviously, give credit to North Alabama. I thought they were a really good football team. Obviously, it's hard to see that on film, watching the first two games. That's a physical group up front. Defensive line I was really impressed with. Created some problems for us running the football with a lot of stunts and twists they were doing and pressuring. And I thought we were a little bit on our heels in the first half offensively, and that's a credit to them. And we tell our guys all the time, we're going to get everybody's best shot, and there's no question that we get North Alabama's best shot. So I was pleased in the first half defensively. We were able to control the line of scrimmage. Get a number of sacks, get them really off schedule. We came after a punt. I think we would have blocked it anyway had it not even snapped over their head. So that was a big play in the game. And then I just thought over the course of the second half, we were able to do some things offensively, running the football, completed a few passes, and then Jabril makes a great play, and he's a special player. And I was really pleased all day with our defense, the way they continued to wreak havoc on the quarterback. And so overall, it was a good team win. Now we'll get into a rhythm. That's kind of tough when you play a game and you sit for a week, then you come back and play a game. Now we're into a rhythm. So we're excited about what's to come.
Chris, what of the decision to have Trey Lance play today?
Well, we know we have the 4-game rule, and this was a game that we were hoping there would be a potential opportunity. Didn't know there would be one. In the first half, we didn't know if there was going to be one, but we worked all week and the open week to see if we could give him an opportunity just to get his feet wet. And we thought Holden did some good things, but I wanted another quarterback to get his feet wet as well. And so all last 8 practices, we gave him an awful lot of reps to say, if there's an opportunity, we're going to put you in positions to see what you can do. And I was pleased. We'll see on film, but he zipped one out to Chanel, and then the run was from a distance pretty special.
What you saw on tape to say this could be our quarterback going forward?
Well, I don't know if he's our quarterback going forward. There's a lot of things into that, and we have good quarterbacks in Holden and Noah still here, but I was just wanting to give him an opportunity. We'll evaluate the film and continue to progress all the quarterbacks, but with the 4-game rule, this was an opportunity. We wanted to get him some playing time, and this may be our only opportunity.
So Holden remains second on the depth chart?
You bet.
Chris, what defense has only given up 10 points in 2 games. Is that as good as you could have hoped?
Yeah, against 2 distinctly different offenses. I was really impressed with their wide receivers. Boy, they go up and get the football. They're big, strong, athletic guys, and they had us a little bit on our heels with some of the RPO stuff, which is good for us because we're going to see that moving forward. And overall, I was really pleased with our defense. We probably missed some tackles that we need to clean up, but we're able to make some big plays and get people off schedule. And if we can get people in 3rd and long, let our defensive line lay their ears back, they're pretty good.
What made their front 7 hard to get some traction going throughout the game?
Well, they're big for starters. They moved a lot. They had a lot of different stunts. They blitzed quite a bit as well. And then I was really impressed with their overall team speed. There's some times I thought we had the edge, and they ran it down. But they were aggressive, and so when you're aggressive like that, sometimes some things slip up, and we were able to, on a couple of blown coverages, get some big plays, but that's the chance you're going to take when you have an aggressive defense. And fortunately, we have a pretty good quarterback that can scramble around and find those guys.
Bring up Jabril, but what about that play that the interception that he can do that most linebackers can't?
Well, he set it up a little bit. They ran a concept that we'd practiced quite a bit, and I think he kind of took away one read, and then he's just so long and so athletic that he broke on the ball right when it came off of his hand, right when it came off the quarterback's hand, and he's got exceptional hands himself. So once he caught it, he told me there was no way he was going to get caught, and he wants to play offense and all those other things, but we're going to keep him right where he's at. And it's a big difference when you have him on the field, especially to the field like we do so often with him. He's a big, rangy guy that can really run, and it creates a lot of problems for an offense.
You were counting on Dallas Freeman to step up. Was that what we saw a little bit today?
Yeah, I was really pleased with Dallas, and Easton has a tremendous amount of confidence in Dallas, and I've seen this coming, and Dallas knew that when RJ graduated, he'd have an opportunity to be a focal point of our offense, and today he stood out and made some big-time plays when we needed the plays. It wasn't like they were in mop-up duty. He was finding ways to get open. The first catch he made, he did a really good job of setting it up on the defender, and moving forward, he has to continue to be a good threat for us.
What do you think about when you saw Trey weaving down the field for the long touchdown run?
Well, just how fast he looked like he was on film, or on live action. We'll see how it looked on tape, but just the fact that when it broke down, that was one thing that we feel he has the ability to do when things break down, that he can tuck it and run. And he's 215 pounds, somewhere in there. A big, tall guy that once he saw daylight, he took it and went. And then I was maybe thinking he'd get out of bounds, go down, but he just kept weaving back and forth and making a play. But I was pleased to see that because he just wanted an opportunity.
Is he faster than Easton? No.
You'll have to ask Easton that.
You were able to get more of the rhythm offensively or flow?
Well, probably in the first half. I think we had some pretty good rhythm in the second half. In the first half, we didn't. And once again, it's a really good defense. And I was really, not surprised, but their speed. I knew they had size. You can watch them on film, and they didn't even play one of their best defensive ends. I think that guy's a really good player, and he didn't even play. They're gonna win 8-9 games this year. Give them credit.
You believe they're not far away from being a quality FCS team after seeing what you saw?
Yeah, and I talked to their coach a little bit. He's going to do it the right way. He's going to recruit high school-based kids and stuff. The hard thing now, he's in that transition, so it's hard to get all those kids when you're not going to be eligible for the playoffs for a few years. But I know that he has a wealth of recruiting areas down there to be able to get guys from, and I think there'll be a force without question. I'm glad they're in the FCS. I really am. That's something we've lost schools, the App States, the Georgia Southerns, the Old Dominion, some of those schools. I wish more teams would come up because I think our division needs to have more quality opponents or quality teams. And if there's a school like that or like Kennesaw before, we need the better competition. We're happy for them.
The passing game going okay today, or you still want to see more there?
We want to see more, probably, but we saw some really different looks that we don't typically see from coverages and things, so it's something that we're going to continue to work on, but it was a focal point of what we were going to try to do and try to spin it around a little bit. I thought Darius made an unbelievable play on his touchdown, and he was 100% today. That first game he was about 75%, and you saw the Darius that we've all seen when he made the catch and broke a couple tackles, got in the end zone.
Their coach mentioned that he talked with you and how he was planning on picking your brain in the future on certain things. What does that mean to you to hear a guy like that kind of coming to you?
Well, I was happy for him because he's a defensive coach like myself to get an opportunity to be a head coach. He was their defensive coordinator, and they were able to elevate him to head coach, and I was the same position. And so, us defensive-minded head coaches need to stick together because that's what I told him. I was happy to see that they didn't go outside of their family, and they kept it in-house and hired a defensive guy. And you can tell his footprint is all over the defense because they're extremely talented.
How important was Robbie Grimsley's play, especially in that first half? Seemed like a lot of unassisted tackles.
Yeah, Robbie did a really nice job. He's such a great cat and mouse player as far as the quarterback was reading him in the RPOs, and sometimes he would show over the receiver. Sometimes he'd be down in the B gap, and that's what an All-American safety has to do. And we're very fortunate that we have Robbie into that boundary where a lot of plays are going to happen. And he's a great football player.
What have you seen from Cole Karch as well? Seems like he keeps getting better.
Yeah, he keeps getting better. He keeps getting stronger. We need to continue to force feed him some reps. He's in our rotation. He's one of our top 4 guys, playing an awful lot of snaps for us. I was really pleased. We have our player of the game, so to speak. We gave it to the whole defensive line because I thought our defensive line, we rolled 7-8 guys in there, and you don't drop off at all. And for us to be successful, that defensive line has to continue to dominate the line of scrimmage. I quickly asked Bobby, and he said looked pretty good. So I didn't see anybody staying down. So knock on wood that that's a good situation because it's going to get really tough
today. But no, he's prepared really hard and has done a really good job coming in as a young guy and learning what we're trying to do. And then obviously really talented. So I was out there having fun and running around.
Easton, what's your impression of the D-line specifically for North Alabama?
That's a really good team. Tough, athletic. They did some different things schematically, I think, than what we maybe expected. And so give them a ton of credit because that's a really good football team and they'll have a really good year.
Trey, describe, I guess, the emotions of the last 10 days and you found out you might get a chance to play and then get out there and play like you did today.
It was kind of I don't know, it was just a crazy experience kind of this last week. They told me I might have an opportunity to get a couple snaps in the game, so I just, did everything I could to prepare. Easton helped me out a ton, especially with the bye week, that helped a ton. But all my teammates just gave me all the confidence and just telling me you can do it, stuff like that. Just don't be nervous, just do your thing, stuff like that. But the guys have been awesome. I mean, it's been great.
Run?
I don't know, it was the O-line's thing. That wasn't me.
What do you see on the interception? And then I guess Coach said you said you were going to get tackled, and once you caught it, just describe that play.
Yeah, that was a play that we've seen a lot this week with the scout team. They did a great job of mimicking their offense. And I knew once that he did a little whip route, I knew he was going to go outside, so I just wanted to react and find the ball.
Easton, when you saw Trey take off in the run, what was going through your mind?
It was fun to see him run around. Obviously, we don't do a ton of live stuff, and so that's kind of, I think, everybody's first time, seeing him run around and shoot. He took off, and O-line protected well. I think Trey was able to change the protection and get us into something good, and just made a play. So it was impressive to watch.
Klieman told me to ask you whether you're faster or is he faster.
We'll let you guys decide that. I think I know the answer, but I don't know.
You want to take a shot at that then? Who's faster?
He's got the fresh legs.
It's his birthday today, so he's getting pretty old, but he might still have me at this point.
When you heard about the 4-game freshman rule, did you get a sense, hey, you know what, maybe I got a chance to play? Did that come into your mind at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously that's what the opportunity is for, to maybe get a chance to get in a game like today. But I think the coaches just put me in a perfect position. Coming here was put me in a perfect position, learning from him. I don't think there's anyone better in the nation to learn from, honestly. Just the kind of person that he is and the kind of people that we have here, from coaches to players, every position, just like the best type of people, positive, always, helping out no matter what. So.
Easton, you had a pretty good mentor to mentor you to be your quarterback. You feel the same kind of relationship going on here with Trey?
Well, yeah, like I said, I had a good one and learned a lot from Cars and from Cole too. And so I think that's just the way our room operates. I think the way the program operates is, once you're, the veteran in the room, it's your chance to, kind of teach people how we do things around here, how we prepare, how we work. And so I've tried to do that with Trey, but at the end of the day, the young guy's got to be the one that kind of owns it, and Trey's done that. So he's worked really hard and earned the opportunity to go out there to play today and performed when he got his chance.
Robbie, what did you see on Jabril's interception return? Just talk about what you felt the overall defensive effort was like today.
No, like you said, I mean, the scouts just gave us great looks at what they do on offense and on his play specifically. I mean, we've seen that play probably 10 times throughout the 2 weeks that we've been practicing for him, and he played it perfectly. And I think we were ready for a lot of stuff that they had to do on defense. I mean, we had 2 weeks to prepare, and they do what they do. They're really good at what they do, but they're not too exotic, and they don't do all that much. So we were able to lock in on some of the stuff that they do, and I think that really helped us out today.
Robbie, you've given up 10 points in 2 games. Describe how well the defense is. This about as well as you could have played in the first 2 games?
There's always stuff that you can work on, but our goal every game is that we tell ourselves we're the best defense in the country, and if you're the best defense in the country, you got to play like it. And I think that's what we've done for the first 2 games, and our goal is to not give up any points. And obviously we've come pretty close to doing that, but we still got work to do.
Jabril, you had the pick 6, but just a few minutes earlier you had that big tackle on the punt.
Yeah.
Describe just the emotion of having those 2 plays in such quick succession.
Yeah, it was a great motion. That was I know I want to take pride in special teams. I know I'm not on that many special teams now, so given the opportunity, I just want to just make the most of it. And during that punt, I was just reacting to the ball, and just my emotion just came over me, and it was a great play.
How much fun is it to just hit somebody like that?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I know the first game I didn't really get any tackles, so now really getting into it, it felt great.
Coach Klieman says you always tell me you think you can play offense. That's something you still think you can do?
I still think I have the quarterback in me. Yeah, Easton and Trey, they better watch out.
We'll take him.
Easton, they surprised you today. Were they better maybe than what you thought? Or what were your, I guess, overall impressions after the game going through here?
I wouldn't say they're better than what we thought, because I think we thought highly of them coming in. It wasn't like something we thought coming in we just rolled today. We knew we were going to have our hands full, and that's a talented group. They played really hard, a fast group, and so, like I said, did some different things on defense that gave us some fits for a little bit. And so we gotta find ways to get better, and we'll do that this week.
Where do you think the passing game is at now, as opposed to where you were week one? Where are you at now?
I think we had some more opportunities today. We hit a couple of them we didn't, and a couple of those were on me for sure. Not going to the right spot, maybe not playing fast enough in a couple areas, and so that's something that we'll continue to get better. We'll get on the same page, but I think we took a step today.
Dallas's play today, is that what you've been expecting, hoping to see out of him?
Absolutely. We knew we had it in him, and now it's just a matter of stepping up into maybe a bigger role than he had last year, and getting a chance to catch some more footballs. And so he had a good game, and we'll continue to push him forward. And he's worked really hard, and deserves a lot of credit for today.
Robbie, just thoughts on the way the front four played for today. You see we get a lot of heat and pressure. I mean, how does that make your job easier? How do you think they played as a group?
Yeah, they played fantastic. I think that was one thing Coach pointed out after the game. I mean, they were getting so much pressure. It really helps us play tighter coverage because they don't have the time to sit back there and throw the deep ball. So I think that just impacts the whole way that the back seven play. And I mean, you can't give enough credit to how they play and how much pressure they got on the quarterback every time they throw the ball.